Jesu litwala la pagate age komunso so sabiko fanana ye singa shonapi Sisukeku uye age komunso so sabiko fanana ye Yesu ilwa Lwanda mote onge moro pok na yudo machalo podi Lwanda mote Yesu ni mwamba imara sijaona sijapata kama wewe singa shonapi sisukeku uye age komunso so sabiko fanana ye
Wow, that was an amazing performance.
I sweat. Wanako bas. Wanako, yes. Thank you for welcoming me to the show.
Thank you so much. It was a very amazing a performance.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Na tujaanza kudance. When we start dancing, tusicheze na sisi.
Hata me I think unaweza penda kujoin. I want to join you guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, hi guys. Welcome to Trusted Talks with Maria. I am your host, Maria Atieno. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate your support. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Today we have a very inspirational, a very powerful guest on the show today. And you've seen from her performance, we all saw her growing up on TPF. We all looked up to her. She is a very powerful woman. So make sure you stay tuned. We have a lot for you guys. So I want to introduce her, to let herself introduce herself to you guys.
My name is Helen Olivia Kotumulu, Nyarnyakata. Makine na kaugutu tadwongora therefore. Kapo. Underline. Bold. Signature tune. Alafu neka dress Mtawali.
Wow.
Wetugo. Kabisa.
Jaluo Kusechi.
Jaluo Kusechi bwana. Ulukitembegi. Ndio. Unajua I have to insist because watu wakiona rangi wanafikiri mimi Muhindi.
Kabisa.
Wakiona macho wanafikiri mimi ni mzungu.
Ala.
Yeah, so that's why I have to say powerful ndangeng when I say Helen Olivia.
Yes.
Hakuna mjaluo kuna jina moja peke yake Kizungu. Nasema weke nyingine ya pili. Akot ndio jia kuonyesha kwamba I'm a blessing. Wakati nilizaliwa mama yangu alinyeshewa na mvua kabisa. Omolo ni baba yangu. I repeat again, Helen Olivia Koth Omolo Nyarnyakach makine na kaugutu tadwongora therefore. Yo, I received in South Africa. When I went to South Africa, all the Ndebeles and the Xhosa people were telling me, Kona Ellen, you don't have a South African name. How do we name you? I say, you can call me Claude, or anything. Say, we'll call you. I said, Chineke, when you're seeing somebody like me away, 57 kilometers away, how do they call me now? Or you say, hey, Nkonko. So I have a long name because when I went to the US, everybody was making their name short, not me. Matthew, you can call me Matt. Johnson, you can call me John.
Yeah.
Petronilla, call me Pet. Helen, uniite Helen. Staki. That's the reason why powerful Dangen, the Luo people, we pack yourself. Pack pentation. Ni watu lipa kofi mbanumulu. Pakriene mawinji. Helen olivia kofi mulu. Nyar nyakach makine na kabuzo tabura luenda. Yani una introduce yourself. Hapo ndio nilipata huyo upako.
Wow.
Very good.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Helen, I would love for you to ambie your story from growing up.
Yes.
Ulikuwa unapenda music? How was it like? Because
my mother said when I was in the womb, I used to go yani dakika moja niko hapa, dakika ingine niko hapa. I found myself singing, I don't know. But I started singing from when I was very, very young. When I was in primary school, I actually started singing with the choir. That was in class 5. When I was in class 5, I started singing with the major choir. But one time I got sick of I got measles. I almost died. So my mother told me, hey, when I was in the sick bed, when I was in the bed, I passed out. And what made me come to was the fact that I was singing. So kidogo kidogo, aliona povu in the mouth. Kidogo kidogo, anasema, moto umewaka leo. That is actually what made me come to. Moto ni kazi ya Bwana. Moto umewaka leo. Tuimbe haleluya, moto umewaka. And then my mom said, oh, Akoth Nyaromolo, hey, Akoth, umesikia Misuri, umesikia muziki. Sema, mami nini? Naongea nikaa nilikuwa najua. But anyway, my mother really said that when I was very young, like about 3-4 years old, I almost died. But singing is what actually made me come to. So that's why maybe I sing. Strangely, I sing very well. I have passion for singing. You call me even if at midnight, come here. We want you to come and teach people. Imagine I will go. Because the passion is inside.
The passion is there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that experience maybe inspire you to be the woman you are today?
Now, my father used to go with me every place. For singing, he would go with me every place to go and perform. He was a choir master, so sometimes he would, if he tells the choir members, stop singing badly, I would also go and say, that them say, you stop singing badly. Aching, kuja pokai. Everywhere my dad used to go to teach, I would actually be next to him. And I love the fact that that really gave me a passion for the love of music. Yes. So I grew up. When I grew up, my mother said now when I got to high school, I used to take the choir, our school choir, to competitions. And we'd go there and win. There's a time I wrote a song and we went there and won. So I really thank God for my father and mother because they really nurtured my singing gift. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, after realizing that you could sing, when was this point that maybe you felt like unataka kuifanya now? You
professionally?
Professionally.
When I got to Daystar University. When I was in high school, I went to Form 5, Form 6. When I was in Form 6, my teacher, one of the guys who used to teach us when we go to competitions, told me, when you go to university, please find a school that can nurture your music. So I go to Daystar and there was music. I started music from scratch at Daystar University. And I learned it. I used to study music like as if it was my major, yet it was my minor. And until when I finished school, I was called back to come and teach. So I went back to teach music. But my passion really started from high school. From then on, that's when, after being encouraged to look for a place where I could nurture my music, Daystar was the place that I now started learning music, and I learned everything about music that just empowered me. Yeah. And I also found very good teachers there. I found Paul Warnock, Dr. Paul Warnock. Right now, I think he's a driver. He went into truck driving that has a lot of money, but he was a professor in music. And then I also was mentored by Dr. Roberta King. And then I found Japheth Kasanga, Anna and Japheth. They used to work at Daystar, but then that's where I started singing with them professionally. And they would invite me to gigs to go and sing, would go to different places to go and perform. It was the first time with them that I actually visited State House. At that time we had Demo 1, Moi, yes. And I think I've sung for all presidents except Ruto. Yeah, President Ruto, yes. kubali sauti ya Ruto.
Please.
Yeah. But every other president, I thank God that I've been privileged to sing for. For Jomo Kenyatta, I started singing for him when I was in nursery school, because we used to live in Moi Air Base. The then Moi Air Base, right now, that's inaitwaje sasa, but that's primary school. All my life I sang for President Kenyatta. Then from then on, then came Kibaki, then Moi, then Kibaki. All those people I would sing. I would be invited to go and sing in places where they are, and State House became like home. So I used to love it when we were invited to go to State House, because I know I'll be paid a lot of money. Yani Moi anatoa tu pesa tu hivi kusema matata and then cheka he, you know. And he never used to count, he just gives you a kibunda. Ule alikuwa mtu ni Kibaki, lakini tulizoea. Him, everybody, whether you are 20 people or one person or 50 people, you will all be paid the same. Yeah, so me, I've actually sang before presidents, and I thank God for that opportunity.
We thank God.
Even President Bush, bwana. The time we did a tour in America, hey, Bush, somebody who was guiding us, he said, no, we're going to use this camera to take. Na African student wetu mwingine alikuwa amepatiwa kamera nyingine amenunulewa, alafu huyo mzungu akakata asitumie. Bush alisema bring that camera with that African boy. Tukapigwa nayo.
Wow.
Yes. So me, I've had the opportunity to sing before different presidents. Here in Nairobi, I sang before President Uhuru Kenyatta, President Salva Kiir from South Sudan.
Yes.
From Junuba Sudan. Wo ye anasa Sudan ana farahan fi nazrakum al wasimat al jamilat. Alhamdulillah. For people from South Sudan, I've been able to sing for them, and I love it. That it has given me a lot of experiences.
We thank God.
You know, when you are told to sing before a president, you have to be keen. You don't want to make mistakes. Mimi ni nani. Yeah, and this show where Salva Kiir was there, I think it was the first time I was told to go and sing, and I sang alone. And I was like, nitaweza kweli. Then they called National Prayer Day. I sang in several of them. Honorable Pogisho and Honorable Ole Ronkei. Asanteni sana bwana kwa kuniita kwa vitu kama hizo bwana. Unajua sasa hii hata singekuwa na history, lakini niko na history sasa bwana. And I thank God. Traveling, in terms of traveling, I've traveled wild, and I thank God. South Africa, been to South Africa, Cape Town. I was invited for a world conference that happens after every 10 years. I was invited to the platform to go and sing in the worship team there. That's South Africa. I've been to Uganda, Burundi, Ethiopia. I was a celebrity in Ethiopia, bwana. Learned Amharic in 1 week. I said, oh my God, you sing our language very well. You sing our language very well. I thank God. And I'm going to Butembo.
Wow.
Butembo is Congo, RDC. Bana Congo to simba na maboko. Congo elonga, RDC. Congo. I thank God for opportunities like this. I've been to Burundi through Daystar. I went to Burundi through Daystar. Hapa Tanzania ndio nilianza nayo. Passport ya karatasi 3, you know. But later on I was able to get passports, and I've traveled wide.
Wow.
Yes, and I thank God.
And we thank God for you. You know, it's mind-blowing that, you know, I grew up looking up to you. And today I'm sitting here with you.
Oh, really?
Yani, I'm even getting chills right now. Yeah. I saw you on TV, and this was when you were the voice coach.
Yes.
On TPF.
Of Tasker Project. Yes.
Would you mind telling us about TPF? How?
Well, TPF, the person who recommended me to go to TPF was Eric Wainaina and the later Cheng Abura.
Okay.
Yeah, and my story for TPF is for another day, I tell you. Because how I got there, I just know that Cheng Abura invited me, and they told I to go for the auditions and the interview, and I went, and I was called. Apparently, I'm so sure what made me actually be the most preferred voice coach was my eyes. Because for TV, you must have a face for TV.
Yes.
Yes, you must be camera friendly. You just have to have a certain look. If you don't have it, sura yako kama ni uduri pole. Try cooking. So I appreciate the fact that I was given the opportunity to interview for the interview, and also to teach TPF. And I thought that they were just going to do 1 season and that's it. They called me for all of their seasons except now season 3. I couldn't do season 3 and 6 because I traveled to the US to do the tour.
Okay.
Yeah, it coincided. So I had to do that. When I came back, I was promoted to principal.
Okay.
Yeah, and Achinga Buddha warned me, said, Helen, I think this thing is already tiring me. Helen, they are going to ask you to become the principal. Make sure that you are actually going to say yes because it is another opportunity. I will mentor you. I will mentor. I said, fine, Achinga, I will come. Later on, I realized when on her funeral that she was my relative. She was actually my relative, my distant cousin. Yeah, she was my distant cousin. So I thank God that I was able to identify her and connect with her before she left us. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was next for you after TPF?
After Tusker Project Fame, there's a show that I started called Premier Voice. I did it chini ya maji because it was supposed to grow. It was supposed to grow youth TV, because usually when you get a TV like a show like that, you connect to a media station, and that the media station that connected with that at that time was Youth TV, and it made Youth TV grow big time because people were still expecting to see Tusker Project Fame in it. I used to hold the show until, because that is a show that they gave me 58 contestants. How do you do 58 contestants to perform in one day? So that day, najua kali hours, because we were still trying, we would do our shows until way in the night, and the guys will stay with us throughout. Remember, it was Youth TV, so all the youths were captivated by the show. That's when I knew that Kenyans appreciate music and entertainment. We used to do a lot with that. Then later on, I was able to do another show called KTN I Can Sing. I was one of the judges. And then the one that's recent is The Rough, that's actually propelled by Sitam. Yes, so we just finished a show called The Rough. In fact, one of the members, we were with her today. She's called Marlene. She's one of the finalists. Yes, and it was a fantastic show. So that has given enough experience to be able to even share with upcoming shows what to do when you have a live music competition like that. Yes. Yes.
Wow, amazing. Please tell us about Africa Online Vocalists.
So Africa Online Vocalists, Africa Online Vocalists was started by me and a friend of mine, 2 executive directors that I have, one called J. Rodrigo and another one called Evelyn Amos. So Evelyn Amos and J. Rodrigo have experience in different fields. So Rodrigo has an entertainment kitty, entertainment organization, and Evelyn was good in emceeing and doing stuff to do with leading worship and praise, etc. So I was able to start that with her. Later on, we had Ian Bogwa join us as part of the judges, and then we had Coach Regina Ray. Coach Regina Ray is a communication expert who joined me later, and we ran that show for when we've done 5 seasons. On the 5th season, I had to change from a competition because now there's a kid that I introduced on season 4. The kid that I introduced on season 4 was so vibrant that all kids got attracted to Africa Online Vocalists. We call it AOV. So I started getting 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 9-year-olds. And when I got to 9-year-olds, a lot of 9-year-olds came in, and some of them you probably could know them. I have Thembisile, as well as Thembisile and Angel Pamela. Yes. If you go to our wall on Facebook, you will see their videos. They do a fantastic job. In fact, they sing like adults. Then slowly started getting others. So parents actually asked me, Helen, children don't know, they don't have the nerves for competition. They would definitely feel badly if they don't win or they don't receive a reward. So I had to change from a competition into training. I used to offer training for 9 weeks, but then now I offer training in different forms. I do 3 modules. The first module is theory, second module is practice, third module is practicals. Where practicals, we go out to perform, like where we've just been to with these guys. And then either if they don't have a place to practice, we find a place for them to practice. Then to practice performance. But practice alone, you need to practice with them one-on-one if you're not able. The only challenge is now for those internationals, people from different countries online. Those ones we have to limit it to video.
Okay.
And then students have to hand in 1.5 minute videos so that we can continue doing the back and forth. If it's a level or time for practice, we exchange videos, they send me videos, and then I give them comments to correct, and they keep sending them. You can see those videos online. Yes.
What are some of the challenges probably that you've experienced so far, because you've been in the industry for quite a long time?
Yes.
What are some of the challenges?
Networking is number one. Networking. People find jobs for people they know. People connect you to people they know. So a musician could be so good, but if you don't have the networks, you're going nowhere. A musician can be so good, but if you don't even go out and perform, then you become a bathroom musician, etc. So one of the challenges is finding places where you can get the right networks. So sometimes it requires divine connection, that when you get there, you feel like, wow, now I know who I'm dealing with. I want to go to go forward. The other challenge is money. Not every show will pay you what you deserve to be paid. So the musician have to have an open mind. If you go in there knowing that you're going to get rich within 1 week, shock on you. What happens if you don't get rich? That's why some people suffer depression. Because you're like, oh my gosh, like Corona time, musicians, the industry was closed. Literally, it was locked, and there was no way. So that's why people started performing online. But again, you perform online, that does not pay you. Then people start putting in the element of, can you support us by, send money to nani atafanya hivyo Mkenya? Yeah. But now we're glad that it's opening up. People need to know that entertainment, you can go and entertain or sing in places that do not have to pay you. Like where we were today was pro bono, absolutely pro bono. And so be ready for pro bono performances that could lead to paid experiences. So sometimes just take yourself, avail yourself, show up. Because when you show up, that is where you could get the job. First time I went to the US, I showed up in Mathare. Hapa Mathare. Akikuyu anasema, nyujure. How? When I showed up in this, if I didn't show up, that guy who sponsored us to go to the US would never been there. But look at that. We went the first time. We had to go a second time, a third time, and a fourth time. So for you to get all those invitations, show up. Yes. Musicians today, show up. Whether they pay you or they don't pay you, show up. Or even if you think it's too much, decide how many places you want to show up pro bono, then how many places you want to show up paid. Yeah. And what happens if the paid doesn't show? It's only pro bono. Go. Ambia God bana, mimi naenda kwa hii show na sina do. He provide. Go there. And if there's a way, negotiate with them and see whether they can also provide your way back, transport. Hata kama ni transport peke yake, you have displayed your art. Then you wonder why some of us are popular. It's because we show up. Wow. If you called me to a place, like today, if I didn't show up, if I didn't show up, I would not have known you. But now that I've known you, I don't know where your TV station, the scope of your TV station. So you never know. Somebody's life could change just from listening to my testimony. So musicians, man, learn to show up. Ask God to give you money to show up. Once you show up, the next thing you leave it for God.
And maybe I would ask for an advice. Maybe you wouldn't mind sharing. Maybe you could encourage someone. In the current world we are living today, we have so many things that are going on. People are going through hard times, people are going through hardships, and they don't even know what to do, they don't even know who to talk to. Maybe that one advice now as a parent that you could give to anyone, our viewers also watching.
One of the things that we're living in the times that are great and bad, because in the music industry we also have people who are very jealous. Like ila goza papa jirani la walikuua tu hivyo nani juu ya chakula peke yake. Mani kama ungependa chakula hata ungeenda. Ndio sababu naambia watu musicians, before you go to places, you just come dogi and the cooler the chemo, you have to think twice. And then sometimes if you know that you are really like wanted, and you have beef with people, be careful with where you eat and who you work with, etc. If I die right now, the first suspect will be my PS. They are very close to me. My sister told me that Yes. So you also have to be very careful. Create good relations with people who are close to you. Me, my PA, anaweza nikosea, but after a while, it will not take long. We have to make up. You make up, whether she's a woman or a man. The thing is, you must create the right relations with the people you're working with the people, because when they're surrounding you and they are happy, then you also are happy. But if they're not happy, sort that problem almost immediately. Because usipoisort, they're the ones who can help people to find you. You want to disappear, etc. Or sometimes just don't even communicate. Disappear on people, then come back, etc. Safety measures. Just find a way to be safety. To me, and I tell me, and I also tell them, because once I'm on the limelight, they also are. So there are people who, if they are not careful, they could create beef with other people around them, because the people see me working with them. They see them working with me. So they imagine stuff. If I'm a person who just shows up and I go to big shows, immediately they will tag them as great people. So if they have to also be careful. The other thing I would advise people is this social media that we use today, don't take that for granted. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Some of my clients, international clients, come from Facebook. And I place my number. Ongea ukweli tu. Weka namba yako ya ukweli hapo Facebook. You never know. You create great friendships. The only challenge is if you are too beautiful, kuna watu wanakuja tu kukuwastea time.
True.
Yeah, so you have to also get thick skin enough to tell people off, and then in a nice way. Yeah, there are people who come and katia you on Facebook just like that, and they can even katia your 7-year-old child, etc., and start bullying them. Cyber bullies. Please, parents, take care of those children. Make sure that you monitor everything they do. Now, for big people like us, those men who just imagine that their life cannot be without you, you have to just remind them politely. Kabla unijue bado nilikuwa na ni normal bado kupenda mtu, lakini nishaenda. Ulizaliwa late. Yeah, you just remind them you are born too late, because ideally, even if you want to do where are you going to take them? Yeah, so you just tell people the truth, the hard way, bitter truth. But the thing is, you tell them in a polite way again, not to create enmity. Yeah, but there are those who insist kichwa ngumu kama Wahindi. Block. Nimekupatia ruhusa block. Wahindi rito wako kamera. Wahindi ni watu wengine wapoa, lakini maanze wanasumbuanga. Muna shanga we ajui kuongea Kizungu, wala Kiswahili yako ajui, wala hata ile nini ajui. Sasa we mtu akishaingia amekupigia video alafu anakuangalia. Sema hi, how are you? Sema this guy, honestly, there's no medium for communication. You don't speak English, neither do I speak Hindu. Yeah, so one time it may actually cost me to learn Hindu. So when they call, I call them and say, Namaste, Namaste, oh Namaste, oh Namaste. I love you're waiting for them to communicate the rest. They go. Ajane, uka nyisi mwende gocho na kaindi bwana. Ne, kota miloso koda bwana. Nasema, what you say, kota miloso koda Kisungu. Dhuluni boki bibi mera muindi. Aseti kora kodi bwana. Negine dio. What you say in English? I say, do you understand English? What you say? Do you understand English? What you say? Do you understand? Kwani CD imekwama? God bless you.
Okay, where can people find you on the social?
You can find me on the social platforms through Africa Online Vocalist. You can check out Africa Online Vocalist. There's capital letters and there's also small letters. Also, you can find me on Talanta Ajira. You can find me on Hellen Mtawali, my profile, or also find Muindi aliiba page yangu bwana. Hellen Mtawali was stolen, so we're still working to find how we can be able to revive it back. Because yes, Hellen Mtawali haitampeleka popote, but he's using my Facebook page to advertise their own stuff because already it has many people. But that doesn't matter. Hata akipenda aende tu nayo, akae nayo, I manage jueni Hellen Mtawali. Nitachukua moja niandike tu Hellen Mtawali official. Utadu. Si baadaye utakuja tu kose ya watu wako. Yes, so the thing is, guys, it's cool and it's nice to meet you guys. Thank you very much. Find me there. My number is 0722 699 32 0722 699 32. That is where you can call, because that's a number for the school, Africa Online Vocalist and Talanta Ajira.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Helen.
Yes.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. I believe we've reached the end of our interview, our show today. I would really want to appreciate you for honoring our invitation. I don't know if you have any other thing maybe you feel like maybe we haven't talked about. Or you
My
feel
parting shot would be, don't go to the music industry for the money because you'll be disappointed. Also brand yourself. Musicians these days don't know how to brand themselves. Find out people who can help you brand yourself, so you start as early as possible. Even if your child is 4 years old, 7 years old, you don't know, you could actually be building for them a career. These days, online presence is very, very important. Also, I would like to tell musicians of these times and age is, before you get into the music scene, just know what kind of music you want, what audience you want to speak to, what is it you want to tell us through your music. I believe in music communication because music is just an avenue to express what's inside you through, probably if it is your life experience or whatever you're going through. And for musicians right now, I have an offer. For those who want vocal training, 2,500 is only what you pay for every module. I have 3 modules. First module is for theory. Second module is for practice. Then the third module is for practicals. Only 2,500 while stocks last.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. May God bless you.
God bless you.
And may God keep using you.
And thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Asante.
Guys, thank you so much. It has been an amazing show. Thank you so much for your support. We've reached the end of our show. You've heard it from the Queen herself. So till next time, guys, goodbye.